Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So far we have completed two chapters in mathematics, that is arithmetic progression, and the second one is triangles. Now let us study the third chapter, that is pair of linear equations in two variables. But before studying pair of linear equations in two variables, let us see what an equation is, what are the different types of equations, what are their standard forms, along with few examples. Now, what is an equation? See, x plus 2 is an algebraic expression. In the same way, 2x plus 3 is also an algebraic expression. So if I put e is equal to sign in between, then this is called the equality of two algebraic equations, or this statement where the two algebraic expressions are being equal. Therefore this statement itself is called an equation. Okay, now how will you define? An equation is a statement in which two algebraic expressions are equal. Okay, for example, x plus 2 is equal to 2x plus 5, x plus 3 is equal to 5, 2x plus 3y is equal to 5, x plus y is equal to 10, x minus y is equal to 2, x square plus 2 is equal to 11, and the sixth one is x square plus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. Now these are all few of the examples of equation. Every equation has two types of terms. One is called variable, okay, and the second one is called the constant term. Variable is given by any of the English alphabets, then constant term is given by a number or a digit. Now what are the different types of equations? The first type of equation is linear equation in one variable. How will you define? An equation having one variable of first degree is called linear equation in one variable. For example, 2x plus 3 is equal to 5, 5p minus 6 is equal to 10. So here x is the variable, 2 is the coefficient of variable x, 3 and 5 are the two constant terms. In the same way, 5p minus 6 is equal to 10 is another example of a linear equation in one variable, where variable is p, 5 is coefficient of p, whereas 6 and 10 are the constant terms. The standard or general form of the linear equation in one variable is ax plus b is equal to c, where x is variable, a is coefficient of x, and b and c are the two constants. So ax plus b is equal to c is the general or the standard form of linear equation in one variable. Linear equation in one variable is also known as simple equation. Okay, now the second type of equation is linear equation in two variables, and the definition is an equation consisting of two variables of first degree is called linear equation in two variables, or in other words, an equation having two variables of first degree is called linear equation in two variables. For example, 2x plus 3y is equal to 4, p plus 2q is equal to 5. In the first example, x and y are the two variables whose degree is first, they are of first degree variables. Then 2 is coefficient of x, 3 is coefficient of y, and 4 is a constant term. Now in second example, p and q are the two variables, 2 is coefficient of q and 5 is a constant term. Now what is the standard or general form of linear equation in two variables? It is ax plus by is equal to c, where x and y are the two variables, a and b are the coefficients of x and y respectively, and c is a constant term. So this is the second type of equations called linear equation into variables. Now the third type of equation is pair of linear equations in two variables, what we are going to study. Now how will you define two equations? The word pair is used means we have to have two equations. Two equations having two variables of first degree is called pair of linear equations into variables. For example, x plus y is equal to 12, x minus y is equal to 4. So two equations having two variables having same two variables of first degree, hence x plus y is equal to 12 and x minus y is equal to 4 is an example of pair of linear equations into variables. In the same way, second example is p plus q is equal to 20 and p minus q is equal to 5. P and q are the two variables of first degree, and this is also an example of p and e in two variables. So the standard or general form of pair of linear equations in two variables is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, where x and y are the variables, a1, b1, a2, b2 are the coefficients of x and y respectively, c1 and c2 are the two constant terms. So in this way, this is the third type of equation called pair of linear equations in two variables, and pair of linear equations in two variables is also known as simultaneous equations. They are also called simultaneous equations. The fourth type of equation is quadratic equation. The definition is an equation consists of second degree variable is called a quadratic equation. For example, x square plus 5 is equal to 105, p square minus p minus 6 is equal to 0. In the first example, the degree of the variable is 2 here, therefore it is called a quadratic equation. It is an example of quadratic equation. In the second example also, the highest power of the variable p is 2. That's why this is also an example of quadratic equation. Now there are two types of quadratic equations. The first quadratic equation is pure quadratic equation. A quadratic equation having only second degree variable is called a pure quadratic equation. A quadratic equation consists only of second degree variable is called pure quadratic equation. For example, x square minus 1 is equal to 143, 2p square is equal to 50, and this x square plus 5 is equal to 105. Now the standard or general form of pure quadratic equation is ax square plus c is equal to 0, where x, you know, variable, a coefficient of x, and c is a constant term. Now the second type of quadratic equation is an affected quadratic equation. A quadratic equation consists of second degree as well as first degree variable is called an affected quadratic equation. For example, here p square minus p minus 6 is equal to 0 is an example of affected quadratic equation, because this equation consisting of second degree and as well as first degree variable. The other two examples are x square minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. So here also second degree and as well as first degree variable. And another example, 2p square plus 21p plus 10 is equal to 0 is again an example of affected quadratic equation. So the standard or general form of affected quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where x is variable, a and b are the coefficient of x square and x respectively, and c, as you know, it is a constant term. Now in 10th standard itself, you are going to study quadratic equation, types of quadratic equation, and examples involving pure and expected quadratic equations in detail. Later we study about it. Now, what is solving of an equation or solution of an equation? Solving an equation means to find the value of an unknown term or variable present in the particular equation is called solving an equation or solution of an equation. So in this way, this is about the basic things, the basic what you call information about equation, types of equations and their standard forms or general forms, along with few examples. Now from next videos, let us study the different methods of solving pair of linear equations in two variables. Till then, goodbye.